Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to the Hot Stocks Outlook for March 9th, 2017. And we have a ton of great trading opportunities to take a look at this week. Going to be looking at pharmaceuticals, home builders, energy, technology, retail. And it really doesn't matter which markets you trade, but that you really have reliable and consistent tools to go ahead and make those trading decisions. So we're going to be looking here at the VantagePoint Intermarket analysis software. Really a software that's able to generate predictive indicators so that traders can make much better trading decisions day in and day out, really have that edge and the probabilities on their side here. But against this price data here for Spectrum Pharmaceutical, we have these daily bars and candles, and you're going to notice a couple of lines against that price data. This black line is a simple moving average. So really just a regular lagging indicator. You simply take the last 10 close prices, add them together, divide by 10, and simply plots that line moving forward. But what VantagePoint's able to do with its technology of neural networks, a type of artificial intelligence, is really forecast future price. And it does that through a couple of indicators that you see on the chart here. The first being this blue line. This is a predicted moving average. So for that value to be generated, it's not just looking at the past close prices of one market in isolation and adding them all together. It's able to account for, what is the dollar index doing? What are the pharmaceutical ETFs doing? What are related companies doing? And really create a forecast of where prices are expected to move going forward. So as traders, you really want to be paying attention to really these crossovers between that actual moving average and the predicted moving average, forecasting where prices are expected to go next. And the further amount of separation you have between those two values, the greater the prediction. If that predicted value is greater than the actual, tells you that you've really got a strong trend on your hand and you want to go ahead and take note. Now, below that, the price data and the predicted moving average, you're going to notice that we have this indicator here, the predicted neural index. Can only be a value of a 1 or a 0 and is really a 48-hour indicator, looking 2 trading days or 2 candles ahead, forecasting short-term strength or weakness. And this is what really allows traders to manage their positions effectively and really be ahead of the game as far as accepting the best price possible for getting into these markets so they can, again, get in all the trends, not jump out too early, but also, again, manage that position over time. So we see that, since this forecast came through from Spectrum Pharmaceutical, this blue line crossing above the black line, neural index strongly there up at a 1, just a huge rally saying that, look, this market is headed higher, time to go ahead and get long. Markets moved up about 33%, or about $1.60 per share. This is trading below $5, well above $6 a share right now. So, if you have a couple thousand shares, about a $10,000 position, very small position, you've made over $3,000, almost $3,500 in really 24 trading days since the beginning of February. So we're not even halfway through March yet, and a huge opportunity there to the upside. But we're going to be looking at a few more markets here. Same logic, same approach. But the whole idea is, do you have a tool that's consistent, going to keep you on the right side of the market for these trends? And one of the most important things, not getting out of markets too early and sacrificing a lot of money. Great example of this is we've looked at Pulte Homes over the past couple of weeks because we had this crossover to the upside here, neural index up at a 1, very simple to recognize, what is the direction of the trend? Where do you want to be going long? But until that blue line crosses below the black line, you're going to want to stay long that market, keep pushing that position. Pulte Homes just keeps trending higher over the past couple of weeks. Just really a huge explosion in the price, about a 23% move higher, about $4 per share. Again, 1,000 share purchase, you're over $4,000 in profit. And you see just over the past couple of weeks here, you want to make sure that you're in that market, trailing your stops and really capitalizing off of this huge explosion up above $23 per share. A really nice move, about 23% so far. And you see that market still trending up with a lot of strength from these predictive indicators. Ensco. So, we talked a lot about oil service companies, a lot of the weakness that we've seen. So, it's not all just taking long positions. Whether the markets are going up or going down, you can go ahead and have a tool that's going to get you positioned appropriately, because there's a lot of people making money on the short side of the market in the right spots, though. And we see crossover all the way back in the middle of January saying, this is not a market to be long on. You want to go ahead and exploit those short opportunities. And you see just how volatile these things can get. You get a big move higher in the market, but the trend is still down. You never get that crossover to the upside. And this thing just absolutely collapses, going from over 11 now below $9 a share. So, I mean, the last thing you want to be doing is getting long in a market that's getting ready to, exhibit this sort of behavior here. And now we've seen crude oil and these other markets really starting to dive. I think crude oil is down about 5% yesterday. But you've been short a lot of these oil service companies for the past month and a half, trading off of these forecasts. So we see here 35 trading days, market down 22%, about $2.50 per share. $1,000, about a $10,000 position. You've made over a couple $1,000 in just the first couple months of the year. 20% return on a single opportunity there. Really great opportunity. Next, we're going into technology. So you see pharmaceuticals, home building, energy. Move over to technology here. Another company we talked about is Himax Technology. And we had a great crossover all the way back at the middle of February. But that was the time to really get long and make the most of this opportunity. And we see since that period of time, the market has just kept moving higher. If we go ahead and bring up the profit calculator here, 41% move to the upside, $2 per share. Again, another stock trading in the $5 range, almost at $8. Almost touched $8 just the other day. And you see just how important it is to have a tool that says, hey, look, we're going to get that short-term weakness in the market, right? Huge run up in the market. Expect that short-term weakness over the next couple days. But look at that blue line, still above the black line, saying, look, this trend is up. And just over the past couple days here, I mean, the last thing you want to do is be getting out of your position right before a big 8% gain in the market. I mean, how many times do you, go ahead and look at your chart and say, I was in that market, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, now it's up 8% in a day and still trending higher. You want to make sure that you're really positioned way ahead of time to really make the most of those sorts of opportunities. So you see about 44%, 42% move higher here in 16 trading days. So less than a month's time, a huge rally in Himax Technology and a great opportunity to go ahead and get involved in that company and those shares there. Iconix brands, they're retailers, and you really see just the accuracy of the forecast here over time where, a lot of volatility at the beginning of this move. You got a crossover to the downside saying, look, expect this weakness in the market. The trend is now lower. Really got a big explosion here to the upside here just for a couple days, but you do not want to be getting long and chasing that trend down because this market is getting ready to move lower, moving from the $10 per share region all the way below $8, about a 25% move lower. Again, this is a month and a half of time, only 26 trading days. So again, around a $10,000 position, you've made about $2,500. You can trade the options. You can go ahead and just short the shares, but you want to make sure that, of course, you are going short a market like this, not at all looking to, exploit the upside when you've got a 25% decline right around the corner and trending lower over the past couple months. And a really great spot to go ahead and hedge your portfolio. So when you're long Spectrum or been trailing your stops on Pulte Homes for a long period of time, you can take short positions as well. And when a lot of this volatility kicks into the market, making a lot of money on the upside and downside, really regardless of what those greater market does as far as the S&P and Dow and those big indexes. Lastly here, let's take a look at analog devices here. And again, same logic, same approach. You really need a tool that's going to forecast, look, what is the trend direction and what as a trader should you expect over that next 48-hour period so you can manage the position effectively. So we've gotten this crossover all the way back at mid-January here, so a couple months period of time, a nice trend higher. But you see just how accurate the forecast is here where, neural index going up and down, you're getting sideways action in the market, but the trend still up. Blue line still above the black line. Once that neural index gets very bullish, you're getting these huge explosions in price as this market moves higher. You see a day like this with a gap up, you really need to be in that position ahead of time, or there's really not really a chance to go ahead and make that money over that sort of move if you're not ready in position to go ahead and make money when all that volatility really kicks into the market here. So with analog devices here, we've got a market that's trending over the last couple of months. Great opportunities to keep getting long, but a 16% move to the upside, about $11 per share. Again, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, making a considerable amount of money over really just the first quarter of this year, just the first couple of months here. And we've seen a ton of these opportunities taking, really all throughout each sector of the market. But understanding those spots where, like, with Ensco here and some of these oil services companies did not want to be messing around on the upside of those markets. And you see really huge declines there, really matching what's going on in the crude oil market, obviously heavily driven by those intermarket relationships. And that's really what VantagePoint does, is account for those and make sure that you're positioned on the right side of the market and don't make some of these mistakes that can really cost you and not have you making money when there's tremendous opportunities out there like we've seen in the market recently. So as always, thank you all for watching. Best of luck out there in the markets. This has been the Hot Stocks Outlook for March 9th, 2017. Thanks again, and bye for now.